Well, 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 what do you know, folks? I had somebody just sent me a video about last rites. I'm scared. What's going to happen to you is, enemy, you want to have the opportunity to get last rites, you know? Yes, in jail, you're going to be dying as a hospice patient. The nurse is going to know that you're guppy breathing. I hope she doesn't wait that long, though. You know what I mean? I hope she knows how to do her job. You know what I mean? I hope she doesn't wait till you guppy breathe like a fish. She needs to do that before. You know what I'm saying? But what's going to happen is when you show signs and symptoms of actively dying, she's going to get on the phone with the chaplain. And you know, I used to do that a lot too, right? Call family members and then call chaplain and call funeral home and call that in the middle of the night. So this nurse at the jailhouse is going to call because she know you about to go. And you're going to say, and she's going to check your chart and you know, you're probably Catholic or something like that. And I guess maybe you told her before that you would want your last rites, right? Before you made the worst for the turn, before you made the turn for the worst, right? So she calls the chaplain in the middle of the night. I see 4:23 a.m. in the morning. I'm sorry. And she calls and she says, your name is this patient's blah, 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 blah. But when she hangs up the phone, she comes to tell you, or she comes to tell your family member, but you won't even have a family member there either. I see that. Because they won't make it on time to see you, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then you're going to have to, so when she goes back to your room, you'll be gone. So you want to play with last rites and scare me? Do you know why this is going to happen to you? Because you wanted Angel Gabriel to be alone for the rest of her life. You wanted to set her up for all these things. Karma. You're paying your karma right now. I see it. You're laying in your deathbed, taking your last breath. A couple of days, you're going, man. And if you think I'm doing anything, no. I don't have that kind of power, no. And I don't never want to have that kind of power either. My power is to pray for you. But God says, pray for him. So he takes his, you know, he goes easy. Because of you, Angel Gabriel, he'll go easy. But if you don't pray for him, it's going to be very difficult because he still has to owe you karmic debt, you know, because he's set up. The whole marriage, you know, was the setup. He's a con artist. He never even loved you, girl. No. That was a setup. He was hired by your sister. There were 3 people in this mob when they first began. They were always trying to unalive you because of your money. You didn't even know you had that money. You still don't even know. They were trying to unalive you through the whole marriage. And these were 3 people. Mm-hmm. Your sister, your brother-in-law, and then the ex-convict husband that they hired that pretended to be your soulmate because he knew everything about you before he even met you, so you got fooled, right? This person is not doing good, and his enemies and him, or whoever it is sending you videos on last rites because they're saying that I'm about to go, right? They're telling you, Angel Gabriel, that you're about to go. Even on their deathbed, yeah, their enemies are doing that. But I gotta tell you, it's time. It's time, my child. You're not even sad. No. You're not even sad. And his mom, his wicked mother who did so much to you, she did so much to your room, right? Yeah, she thinks you don't know. She fucked with your womb, and your sister fucked with your womb. And when you got pregnant, when you were married, you lost your baby. Yeah, they did that. It was your ex-husband, it was your sister, and this wicked woman, your wicked mother-in-law. There's 3 people did that to your baby. And they are talking about last rites, sending you last rites videos. You better watch it, said Jesus. Jesus don't play, guys. I just wish he would know that, you know? Wish he would know that. But no. It's a blessing if you get to know Jesus in all lifetimes. And if you never get to know him, then I don't know what to tell you. I know who my creator is. I know he wrote my story. Maybe he flipped it a couple of times. You know why he flipped it? He had no choice because he sent me many soulmates, many twin flames, and a lot of them did not want to do the assignment because they didn't want to listen to the heart. No, they were scared, you know. They didn't believe in unconditional love. They didn't even know what unconditional love was, you know, till you came along. But I gotta tell you, everybody's life that you've been in, you've changed them in some way. I'm like, really? It's like, yep. Yep. You've taught them a good lesson, you know? And not even purposely. You don't even know you were teaching them a lesson, you know? Yep. But yeah, it's time for your enemies to go to hell. And like you said, they're going in 3s. You said that on Tuesday. So 2 was yesterday, right? So from 1 week from yesterday, 3 people will be going. You already even know who. So my child, pray for them. Pray for them because that's who I made you. Pray for them. I said, okay, Jesus, I will pray for this person that you want me to pray for. I will try my best, you know. But yeah, guys, karma. It's simple. Like 1 + 1 is 2. 2 + 2 is 4. It's like what you do comes back to you. If you do good, good comes back to you. If you do bad, bad comes back to you, you know. There's such thing called spiritual law. There's a such thing called spiritual justice. You understand what I'm trying to say? Many people think this doesn't exist. No, you know. And I keep on looking at my doggy's picture, you know, because I love my Shiva. This is my Shiva, guys. His name is Shiva. My ex-husband think I don't know. My ex-husband who's not doing well, he took my Shiva's life too. He poisoned my Shiva. He thinks I don't know. Yeah, but I know. Because Shiva came in my dream. She said, Mommy, your intuition's right. When you weren't home, he put poison in my water and I didn't know, Mommy. And that's how my Shiva died. I had him for 8 years. So yeah. You must reap what you sow. You took my son's life. You took my dog's life. Right? And you so many times tried to take my life, you know? You thought by this time I would have been gone. Ex-husband of mine. But no, I'm still alive. You know? Yeah. You fooled me once. But you knew you weren't going to fool me twice. Once I knew your bullshit, yep. And it's funny because the other day I was looking up your name just for shits and giggles, right? Because I wanted to look something up for my intuition, for my confirmation. And I saw the date when we got married. It says we had a religious ceremony. We didn't even have a religious ceremony. You came to my house and you said that your friend, who is I don't know what the hell you call them now off my head, signed the paperwork and we're married. Because we signed the initial, but we didn't sign the final. But you knew I was about to change my mind, right? What I should have done was rip that paper and said I wasn't there, right? But I didn't know any good, you know? I thought you would just do that because my mom was dying in a couple of days, you know? Yeah, it's stupid of me. And then you did agree, yeah, I'm doing this because your mom's not doing good and I know she wants you to be married. But my mom didn't want me to be married like that. She wanted a wedding, right? Yeah. But all that paperwork you did really quickly like that, yeah. Our marriage was never real. You know, and how nice of me to try to help you pay your child support. So not even that I was a fool, I was more of a fool helping you with your bills. How's that? How does a girl get married and end up paying your fucking bills? The fuck? Yeah. Paying your child support bills. And what else? Helping you with your car insurance. And I was thinking, in those 22 months, you only gave me $500 one time when I did ask you when I had surgery on my arm, right? Because I hurt my arm. And you were reluctant to give me $500 when you were living in my house for 22 months. Not paying for anything. And I knew I made the biggest mistake of my life. And I knew you do one thing wrong, you're going to be out of there. And when you cheated on me, right? And maybe I gave you another chance to come back just for shits and giggles, right? Like an idiot, right? And God said no. He did it again. And I said, get the fuck out of here, right? Mm-hmm. And remember the time when I was knocking on your door at your mom's house in the rain? Well, the rain was falling on me and I had your things and you didn't want to open up the door? That's how you're going to go. When you go up, when your ugly soul goes up there, you're going to be knocking on God's door like that, crying. God's going to say, no, this is not your door. He's going to direct you to the devil's door because you are straight up demon energy. And the nice watches I bought you, right, during our marriage, you took them with you. It showed your integrity right there. You said you didn't want anything, but you wanted my house that was paid off in the divorce, bitch. You got some fucking nerve. Now you're going alone. And if you think your mom's gonna make it, your mom's not gonna make it when you take your last breath. I promise you that. Because that woman wanted me to be alone and she poisoned me so many times. Yeah, and that's the worst pain, to see your son go, because your son is evil and so are you. And I heard you did the same thing to 2 other women before me. That's why I was looking you up the other night. I even got a hold of these motherfucking ladies. Yeah, that's a ticker right there. You did the same thing what you did to me to them. Yeah. Good luck.